What if taking back control of your life does not start with a huge decision, but with the first 10 minutes of your morning?
Oh, wow. I love that already.
Because a lot of people think changing their life means doing something dramatic.
Quitting their job, moving to another city, becoming a completely new person overnight.
Exactly. But real control usually starts much smaller than that.
Much smaller. A glass of water, a made bed, a calmer mind. 3 clear tasks.
And that is exactly what we are talking about today.
Welcome back to Daily English Loop. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Alex. This is the place where learning English feels calm, practical, and connected to real life.
So, if your days have been feeling messy, rushed, or a little out of control lately, take a breath. This episode is for you.
Because today we are talking about how to take back control of your life.
Not in a dramatic movie way.
No,
In a real way.
in a daily way.
In a way you can actually start tomorrow morning.
All right, Lisa, let's begin with a very honest question. Why do so many people feel like they are not in charge of their own lives?
I think one big reason is that they wake up and immediately start reacting.
Reacting instead of leading.
Exactly. The phone buzzes, emails come in, social media starts talking, work stress shows up, and suddenly the day already belongs to someone else.
Wow, that is such a strong way to say it.
But it is true. Sometimes people lose the day before they even get out of bed.
And honestly, I think a lot of people will recognize themselves in that.
Oh, definitely.
So let's start there. What is one of the first mistakes people make in the morning?
Easy. They grab their phone immediately.
Ah, yes, the classic move.
You open your eyes, reach for your phone, and boom! Messages, news, stress, comparison, work, noise.
And your brain has not even had one quiet second yet.
Exactly. That is why I really believe the first few minutes of the day matter so much.
So what should people do instead?
Something very simple. Sit up, breathe, drink water. Let your brain wake up before the world starts talking.
I like that. It sounds almost too simple.
But simple is powerful.
It really is. A glass of water is not going to solve every problem in your life, of course.
No, but it sends a message.
Which is?
I am starting this day on purpose.
That is really good.
Thank you.
And then comes another piece of advice that sounds small, but people talk about it all the time for a reason. Make your bed.
Yes, I know. It sounds basic, maybe even boring, but it works.
Why do you think it works so well?
Because it is a tiny, completed task. It creates order right away. You wake up, and within 2 minutes, you've already improved your environment.
So before the day gets messy, you've already made one thing better.
Exactly. And that changes your energy more than people think.
I agree. It's like telling your brain, we aren't drifting today. We're steering.
Ah, that is such a good image.
Thank you.
So, if we put this into very simple English for learners, a good morning start might sound like this. I woke up, I drank some water, I made my bed. I did not check my phone.
Nice. Very clear, very usable.
And those are the kinds of real-life sentences learners can actually use.
Exactly. Now let's move from the morning to the middle of the day, because this is where a lot of people lose control again.
Yes, when the to-do list becomes a monster.
Oh, wow, yes, that is the perfect phrase.
You look at your list and there are 15 things, 20 things, 30 things.
And before you even start, you already feel tired.
Exactly. So what do?
My favorite idea here is the rule of 3.
I love this one. Please explain it.
Instead of writing down every possible task in the universe, choose the 3 most important things for the day.
Only 3.
Only 3. Not because other things don't matter, but because your energy and attention are limited.
That is such an important point. A long list can feel productive, but sometimes it just creates anxiety.
Exactly. A shorter list creates clarity.
So instead of answer emails, clean room, finish project, call dentist, buy groceries, wash clothes, pay bills, text friend, read article, you just ask, what are the 3 most important things today?
Yes, and if you finish those 3, the day is already a success.
That feels much healthier.
Much healthier and much more realistic.
I think learners will also pick up a useful phrase here, my top 3 tasks.
Yes, very natural English. My top 3 tasks today are... I wrote down my top 3 tasks this morning.
Great practical English and great life advice at the same time.
That is the dream.
All right, now I want to move inward a little bit.
Go on.
Because even if your morning is calm and your to-do list is clear, one more thing can still ruin the whole day.
Your own thoughts.
Exactly.
That is such a huge one.
It really is. Some people do not lose control because of the outside world. They lose control because of the voice inside their head.
The voice that says, you are behind, you are failing, you are not doing enough.
Yes, or your English is not good enough. This project is too hard. You always mess things up.
That kind of thinking is exhausting.
Very exhausting. So part of taking back control of your life means taking back control of your inner voice.
I like that a lot.
Not by pretending everything is perfect.
Right, not fake positivity.
Exactly. Just by speaking to yourself in a healthier way.
So if your brain says, I am terrible at this, what can you replace it with?
Maybe, I am still learning.
Good.
Or, this is hard, but I can improve.
Also good.
Or even, today is a messy day, but that does not mean I am a mess.
Wow, that is powerful.
I think a lot of people need to hear that.
Definitely. Because one bad day can feel bigger than it really is.
Yes, if your morning goes badly, it does not mean your whole life is falling apart.
Exactly. It may just mean you had a bad morning.
That sounds obvious, but in the moment, wow, people forget it.
They really do.
Another part of control is protecting your energy.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Because if you spend all day around negativity, stress, noise, and people who complain constantly, your own mind starts feeling heavy too.
That is true. Energy spreads.
Exactly. So if you want a calmer life, you need to choose some calmer input too.
Better conversations.
Better habits.
Better content.
Better people when possible.
And that doesn't mean your life has to become perfect and quiet all the time.
No, just more intentional.
That word fits this whole episode, intentional.
Yes, not automatic, not reactive, intentional.
Now, I want to touch on something the original idea raised, because for some people, taking back control also includes something deeper.
You mean faith?
Yes, for some people, faith is part of what keeps them steady.
I think that is very real. When life feels overwhelming, a spiritual anchor can help a lot.
I agree. And even for listeners who are not religious, I think the deeper idea is still useful. People need something that grounds them.
Yes, something bigger than panic, bigger than today's stress.
For some, that is prayer.
For others, silence, reflection, journaling, or time in nature.
Exactly. The form may be different, but the need is similar.
We all need something that reminds us who we are when life starts pulling us in every direction.
That is beautifully said.
Thank you.
So, if someone listening wants more control in life, maybe one question is, what helps you feel grounded?
Yes, what helps you come back to yourself?
A walk?
Prayer?
Writing?
Breathing quietly for 5 minutes?
Whatever it is, that grounding habit matters.
It really does.
Okay, now let's talk about something equally important: kindness.
Ah, yes, we have to talk about that.
Because a lot of people here take control of your life and immediately become hard on themselves.
Very hard.
No more mistakes, no more lazy mornings, no more bad days.
Which sounds strong, but usually just becomes self-punishment.
Exactly. Real control doesn't mean becoming your own bully.
It means becoming more responsible, yes, but also more compassionate.
So, if today goes badly, what should someone do?
Notice it. Reset. Try again tomorrow.
Not shame themselves for 10 hours.
No, definitely not.
Good.
Because shame does not build a better life. It usually just builds fear.
That is such an important line.
Thank you.
I think one of the best ways to say this is treat yourself like someone you are trying to help.
Yes. If your best friend had a bad day, you would not say, "Wow, you are hopeless."
You would probably say, "That was a rough day. Get some rest. Tomorrow is a new chance."
Exactly. That same tone should exist inside your own head, too.
All right, let's make this super practical now. Suppose someone listening wants to start tomorrow. What could they do?
I would say, first, do not check your phone right away. Second, drink water. Third, make your bed. Fourth, write your top 3 tasks. And fifth, choose one sentence you want to say to yourself on purpose.
I love that. What kind of sentence?
Something like, "Today I will move calmly," or "I do not need to do everything, I just need to do the important things," or "I can have a hard day without losing myself."
Wow, those are really strong.
And simple.
Which is exactly why they work.
Yes.
All right, let's do a quick recap before we finish.
Good idea.
If you want to take back control of your life, start small.
The first minutes of the morning matter.
Do not give your mind away to your phone immediately.
Drink water, wake up slowly, and do one small task that creates order.
Then choose your top 3 tasks for the day.
Clarity beats chaos.
Watch your inner voice.
Replace harsh thoughts with stronger, kinder ones.
Protect your energy.
And find something that grounds you.
And finally,
Be kind to yourself on the bad days.
because real control is not perfection.
It's steadiness.
It's intention.
And it's practice.
So now it's your turn.
Tell us in the comments, what is one small thing you want to do tomorrow morning to feel more in control of your day?
Maybe drink water before checking your phone.
Maybe make your bed.
Maybe write your top 3 tasks.
Maybe just sit in silence for 5 minutes.
Whatever it is, write it down.
We'd love to read it.
And if this episode helped you, don't forget to subscribe to Daily English Loop.
Thanks for spending this time with us.
Keep practicing your English.
And keep building a life that feels more like yours.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!